Friendship, brand new A24 film that just hit theaters. The film's written and directed by Andrew DeYoung, and the film stars Tim Robinson as Craig, a suburban dad with his wife Tammy, played by Kate Mara, and their only child, Steven, played by Jack Dylan Glazer. But one day, he becomes very good friends with his neighbor, Austin, played by Paul Rudd, who is a local weatherman and also has a band on the side. He begins to join his friend group. Out of the blue, Austin tells Craig that he's no longer welcome with his friends and no longer wants to hang out with him. And from then on, Craig goes down a big bad rabbit hole as he tries to get himself back into the good graces of Austin. The film is an hour and 40 minutes and is rated R. My name is Max Sinberg. Welcome back to Max Talks Movies. If you're new to the channel, guys, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notifications. I do out-of-theater reactions like I did for Friendship. I also do movie franchise rankings, a box office show every Tuesday. Also, I do TV show reviews and movie reviews pretty much daily here on the channel. So please subscribe, ring the bell if you're new. Comment down below. What are your thoughts on Friendship? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Is this one you saw in theaters, or if this is a movie you said, let me wait, I'll see this at home? Also, guys, please hit that thumbs up button. It helps YouTube recommend my videos to more people. So I was very excited for Friendship. I knew that I loved the trailer for this movie, and Tim Robinson's a guy who I've seen his stuff on social media and YouTube. Really enjoyed his comedic off timing, basically, and really his first major motion picture leading role. And then you add Paul Rudd and Glazer and Mara. I was like, this is actually a really good cast. And one of my favorite genres, might be my favorite, is dark comedies. I love dark comedies where you're kind of nervous and anxious about situations, but there are some really good latent jokes that make you laugh and things like that. I just love dark comedies. So I was, and you never really see dark comedies in theaters anymore, or just comedies in general in theaters. It's a genre that's become very much streaming dependent, and most comedies these days just don't go to theaters. So seeing one in theaters in a pretty packed theater on a Monday for me was really exciting. And I got to say, I had a great time with Friendship. This is definitely one of the best comedies that I've seen in theaters in a pretty long time. And this film is exactly what it is. It's definitely a dark comedy. There's points where you're in cringe for the right reason. There's some great comedic timing and really great jokes sparse throughout the entire film. Now, what makes this movie work, obviously, is Tim Robinson. He is amazing in this movie as Craig. He is a closed off suburban dad who is, I guess, satisfied with his life, with his wife and his son, just being home and after work and then coming home and just lying around doing nothing. He kind of gets rejuvenation for his life when he finds a friend. But when that doesn't go well, now, yes, this movie has a lot of authentic themes going on here because the movie's trying to tackle male bonding, friendship itself, and how people react when they are, I guess, iced out of being in a friend circle. I think all of us have been there. Either even if it was your fault or not, we were in a friend group, you feel really comfortable with yourself, and you do one bad thing, and everyone looks at you different. They kick you out of the group. And even though you definitely don't go to the lengths of Craig to get back into this friend circle or just getting with friends with Austin, a lot of us go through ideas on how we could get back into the good graces of people who kicked us out. And this movie, yes, has some very over the top nature to it. 99.9% of people don't react to the way Craig does. But what makes the movie great is the fact that you can relate to a lot of the situations. You can obviously relate to Craig's character. You can also relate to Austin's character, who does at times feel like a genuinely good person who gets thrown this goofball of a friend. At first, it feels adventurous and fun. Then it turns out to be weird. And you feel awkward trying to kick people out of your friend circle or friend group. They give you, and also Tammy, the character played by Kate Mara, who's one of the best parts of this movie. I think she's probably the strongest performance of the film because she acts normal a lot of the time while her husband has to act very cartoonish and over the top. And you also learn a lot about her, what she wants in her life. they give you a lot of, again, those three adult lead characters, they give you a lot of authentic and relatability to their situation. They make you see everyone's perspective in this group. And I found that this could have been, yes, a dumb, dark comedy, but this movie does have something to say about friendship, male bonding, how we treat each other, how we treat family members, what we take for granted. It's all kind of packed in here, but it never feels overstuffed because again, these do feel like genuine, real situations. But as I said, Robinson is really good here. He is especially hilarious in the opening scene of the film, which was hilarious. His timing is incredible in this film. And I can't, hopefully more studios want him more in comedies because he is really good here. Paul Rudd, who I didn't really love in his first A24 outing of the year with Death of a Unicorn, definitely liked him a lot more here. Because yes, he does have the Paul Rudd charm and you understand why someone would want to be friends with him. He has the comedy, but he brings a lot of seriousness to this character when he gets insanely worried about really who he let into his friend group. He's really good. But that's the Kate Mara is exceptionally good in this movie. Every time I see her in a project, I wonder to myself, why isn't she in more big things? Because she is really excellent here. She's very one note, I would say, in the first half of the movie. And then she gets a lot to chew on in the back half of the movie, especially when things go AWOL with this friendship and she kind of becomes the aftermath of that. And she's really good as well. So is Jack Dylan Glazer, another guy who I think should be getting a lot more things. He's excellent here. The cast is great. And as I said, the movie is consistently really funny. My entire theater was pretty much laughing throughout the entire film. I can't remember a time, maybe in years, where I went to a theater for a comedy like this, and people were laughing throughout the entire film. This is a movie to me that I might rate higher the more times I watch this movie. I can't wait to watch the family members and friends and see their reaction. Now, the movie is definitely out there with its comedy. And I will say on a negative level, it goes for everything. And I can really respect that. And for 80 to 85% of the time, the comedy is really, really good. Now, the problem is when the comedy isn't there, it does kind of suck you out of the movie because it is at times very over the top, cartoonish comedy with some dark hidden in there. And when Tim Robinson goes very, very bold and it doesn't work, the movie, you don't really buy the movie as much. So it at times tonally, not with the comedy, I would say, but from a tone perspective, can be inconsistent where you're really having a good time and then it kind of drags for 10 to 15 minutes and then you're back having a good time for the next 30 minutes and it drags again. It kind of happens like that. So tonally, it has a little bit more highs and lows. But I gotta say, I had a really good time with Friendship. I am very excited for you to watch this, and I hope a lot of you guys go check out this A24 film as well. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I am gonna go a pretty high 4 out of 5, 84% for Friendship. What are your thoughts on this movie? Let me know in the comments. Subscribe, ring the bell, and I'll see you guys soon.